What has your life on hi-fi? Do you know what that means?
No.
No? Okay. It's okay. Everyone says that. So basically, it's what inspires you to live your best life.
God and my family has my life on hi-fi.
You're listening to Life on Hi-Fi, the podcast, and I'm your host, Dominic Justina. Welcome to Life on Hi-Fi podcast, and thanks for saying yes to the invite. I know how busy you are. Should I call you X, or do you have another name you want me to call you?
X is fine.
X is fine.
Yeah.
All right. So my first question to you is, who is X? How would you describe yourself to a stranger you just met?
Well, I'm a cool, humble guy. I mean, I love music. I love videography, photography. I mean, I love to go about my day just being creative, doing stuff, doing random stuff, like different stuff now and then to bring out my creativity. So I can say I'm just a humble person, just loves doing music and videography and photography.
So those are storytelling mediums, by the way. So I guess you have a knack for storytelling. You're very incredibly talented. I mean, I've said this to you before. That's how I was drawn to you. But what is it about stories that you find intrigued you?
I try to, like, most of my work when I'm doing like music videos and stuff, I try to put stories in them. I mean, it's important to tell a story. I mean, because people are drawn to stories, like, I mean, any type of story. Recently, I released a video with TJ where I did a story about suicide, like people being, going through depressions and stuff. And when I got the song, I had this vision in my mind when I heard the song, and I wanted to bring it across, like, spark some awareness to people. Like, I mean, whatever you're going through, don't give up. Understand? You can go through it, whatever, and overcome all the obstacles in a way. So I try to put as many stories I can in all my visuals, whether it's fictional or uplifting. I try to do it.
Yeah. And that's really powerful, especially in this day and age. I think there was a period of time where I just kept seeing suicides, and it would impact people you wouldn't even guess were sad and really depressed.
Right, because when that video actually released, there was like lots of comment about people, like, being depressed and almost did something to themselves, and the video actually motivated them to be stronger and uplift themselves, and look past being suicidal, having suicidal thoughts. So I like the fact that I can, like, use this medium to spark some awareness in whatever way I can. And I'm thinking about doing like some short films, which would be inspirational to people. Hopefully soon I'll start that. But for now, I'm just doing music videos and trying to put those in it.
Is one thing about, and I can tell that you're a dreamer and you envision a lot. It's like the vision just keeps growing. I could definitely see you doing short films. For sure.
I want to. It's just that getting the right team and getting people on board and actors and source of talents and everything. I mean, it can be very difficult at times.
Yeah, it's interesting because there were so there's a period in my life where I was looking at a lot of the videos that were coming from Nigeria. And I was saying, wow, the quality of videos here are so amazing.
Yes.
And then
Afrobeat videos in Nigeria, they I think they're up to par with any videos coming out of the States or America, anywhere in the first world country. They're up to par. They're very great.
Yeah, I agree. So I remember saying to myself, yo, like because for some reason in Jamaica, well, we actually know the reason why, ignorance makes us feel like the motherland is behind in development compared to like um the first world countries like the US. But here I was looking at these videos like, wow, like their technique and their technology is something that we could learn from as a people. And then seeing your videos, it felt like it started to be the answer to that thought I had. And this was like back in 2015, 2016. Um, so I really do think that you're putting us on the map for having that higher quality of video. And not to mention, I think there is a gap in or acting being out there as much as music is. So all that to say, if you do the short stories and the films, like your vision and the stories will be very powerful. And it's also a potential to fill a gap with, seeing more Jamaican actors out there.
For real. I mean, the Afrobeat videos are like an inspiration for me. I mean, they inspire me a lot because most of them I even look at to make reference to videos that I want to do.
Oh.
Future, yes, I reference them a lot because Africa is like our mother country, right? So we have like roots back to Africa. So I try to incorporate Afrobeat music videos into dancehall because it's basically almost the same kind of mixture of genres,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I try
Yeah.
to fuse them with the look and the feel they give into Jamaican music, and that's what I think like more Jamaican artists should like push to get better visuals because that's what push Afrobeat more because of the visuals and how
Yeah.
they do their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can, as creatives and directors everywhere, can push to get like these artists better visuals, it will be good for the market to enhance the music more so that more
Yeah.
people can see it.
I agree. And like even the way that, one thing that stands out to me is how the camera captures black skin and how black people look against the colors, their complexions in a camera. Because, I'm used to seeing it not pop as much, being too dark, not having the best lighting. So when a
Yeah,
video come out and I'm like, wow, look how them look good. Like it just made me feel good. I'm very impressed. So I see it in the Afrobeats music. I see how they use the colors. I see it in their music videos, and I see it in your videos as well.
thank you very much.
You
Yeah,
know?
they inspire me a lot, and I try to make it that level so that it match up to Afrobeat, so people can see that we're putting out good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. If you're listening to this, I am not overemphasizing when I say this man is really talented. I mean, him and his team, Xtreme Arts, JA. You've worked with Spice, Koffee, Shensea, Skillibang,
Yeah,
Conscience, Queen Africa, Ding Dong, Taurus Riley, Popcaan, Masego, Bear People, QQ, Ashana,
yeah,
and more, and they come back to you. It's not
yeah.
like it's a one and done.
They come back to me. They love the work. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I mean, your work speak for itself. Over 100 million views in total, I believe, on YouTube.
yeah, yeah, or even more. I think it's more. And I've been doing this since uh the story of me doing this. So it started off as me as a teenager. Um, my father
Mm-hmm.
had these camcorders. Like he bought because my father loves cameras, so he bought a bunch of camcorders, the little VHS one you put the cassette in and hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so um, we're into music because I'm a music producer also. I make beats and rhythm,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
we were at a disadvantage where we needed visuals for our music. So my father bought cameras, a bunch of cameras to shoot music videos for our music production. All right. So he went out there and shoot videos and then he wanted the editor. And at that young age, I was like what, 13, 14, probably like 15, about that age.
Mm-hmm.
He brought back the footage to me and said, "Can you edit this?" I was like, I don't know anything about editing. He's like, "Can you try?" I was like, all right. So at the time, computer, found the software, digitized the footage, um, put it on the computer, and then started like playing around with the footage.
I'm imagining 13-year-old you just ping ponging on the
Yeah,
computer.
I was playing around the footage, and I found it very interesting. So I sat, like, when I got the footage, I sat around the computer for hours. Hours just playing around the footage, trying to figure out how to put the vocals with the song and match everything. And uh, interestingly, I spent hours the next day, the next day, the next day. Whenever time I had, I spent hours trying to do it, and eventually till I edited my first video. And then after that, he did more, shot more videos, and I kept on editing and editing and editing. So that's how I started off getting into editing. I was an editor at first. And then I transitioned into like directing, shooting. So my first project, which I don't remember what day, probably in 2012 or 2011, that's when I got my first camera. That was a Canon T2i. And I shot a video. I was very like, I didn't know what I was doing really, because I mean, this is the first time for me going out there and shooting. But I had an idea and some knowledge about it because I had people around me that worked on music videos or in the field that would educate me about it. So I started off shooting music videos, and then the big major video that had a break for me was when I did a video for one of our production, Baby Cham and Oh Wine. I think the video was released in 2011 or 12. And that video was I would say that got me into, like, people start recognizing me and say, okay, Xtreme Arts is in the business, whatever. And it premiered on Jamaica television. I think it was ER, and everybody was like, at that time, people tuned in to watch it. And like seeing it, everybody called me and said, yo, you did that video, blah, 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 blah. And it was very interesting, and I like it. It was a great shoot. And then after that, I started taking it very, very serious and learning more, improving my craft and everything. Yeah.
Okay. So it started from, I was going to ask you, who was your inspiration? Like, if you had someone who inspired you to pull you into the musical direction, it sounds like your dad.
Yes.
Is where it started from. That's incredible. That is cool. And is he a part of any of your projects now?
Yes, he fully supports me, and I try to put him on some of the projects I do. I mean, he's a great dad. I mean, he inspires us a lot because it's me and my brother. We work basically on music and visuals at times, and he really pushed us to get our talent out as musician and videographer directors. So
yeah.
Inspiration.
So you give me a taste of like how it started and like where your big break was with Baby Cham's video. How does it feel now to have these really successful artists come to you for help to bring their vision to life? How are you, and how is that experience?
I mean, it's a great vision. I mean, every time when like somebody link me that is probably the first time I'm working with, that's a big artist or a icon or whatever. I mean, it's a great feeling. I mean, working with them, for instance, even Protoje and Koffee. That shoot was amazing. I mean, working with Koffee, they're humble people. I like working with reggae artists. They're more easier to work with.
Okay. What about them is easier? The humility?
I mean, yes, they're humble. They're more into their craft. They want good visual. They want to put reggae on the map, and they want good visuals. They want to do things properly, plan, execution, everything. That's why I love working with. That's not bashing dancehall artists. I mean, they're good and thing, but I just love. There's a thing about reggae artists that I love working with. So all these artists linking up and everything. I mean, I'm very grateful and very humble about it. And I recently did I think it released 2 days ago, a music video for Taurus Riley and Kabaka Pyramid, where I shot some scenes in Tivoli Gardens. And I mean, it was a very, very great day. I mean, Tivoli, the community is a very, very broken community, but I mean, there's so much the people, how they live and come out and like bond and smile and laugh and everything. I mean, capturing all of that and just putting it into the visuals and like putting it out is amazing. And the feedback on that is very great. So, as I said, I mean, I love working with reggae artists, dancehall artists, and the craft is only getting better. Each time I do a video, I'm learning more. I'm always learning. So I'm learning more stuff, more stuff, more stuff. So I'm just trying to get as better. Each video, I want to do it as best I can. So making it better and better and better.
That's good. Like, I feel, sometimes we're immersed in our craft and we just going. And then when you sit down, you're like, oh crap, look at all the things I've done. And you don't really like, sometimes you don't get the chance as the creator to really sit in the moment and just, soak it in because your mind is on the next thing. So yeah, good little reflection there. I have a question to ask you because, and this question is coming from a friend of mine who was on a podcast in the past, and he's really focused on creating a space for creatives to collaborate. So I want to ask you, what helped you to start collaborating with these artists, and how do you feel like your environment fosters collaboration between creatives?
What helped me to collaborate with these artists?
Yeah.
I mean, most of the artists that I collaborated, they see the work and they link me, they contact me, and then I mean, because I love the music and what they sing and all of that, I collaborate with them. Most of the time the energy is great. Sometimes you can have a little, problem with ideas, because most artists sometimes they come with their ideas and stuff, and we have to like merge my idea with their idea. But I mean, collaborating with them is great.
How would you say your environment fosters that collaboration? So is it like, all right, everybody sit down at the table, write down on a piece of paper, or you meet with them one time and you go back with your team, and like, how do you, because what you just said is not easy. Like, if someone comes with their vision and it's a very delicate situation because it's their vision, and you're just like, oh, let's do that, but like a little bit different, to try and meet in the middle sometimes is really hard.
True. What I do, I let them come to my office and we have a meeting, sit down. I explain to them when I hear the song, what are my feelings, what are my thoughts, what I think, what are my ideas. And then sometimes they have their ideas that they want to bring across, and then we like try to put them together. For instance, even Richie came to my my office and he played valleys for me, and from the moment I heard that, I had a lot of vision going on, and I like giving a snippet of what I think the visual should be, and he liked it, and then he wanted to like incorporate some stuff he wants based on, because of he's the one singing the song, so he told me some stuff he wants. So it's like merging all of that. It can be difficult, but we it's just being around each other, vibing and understanding each other, and getting each ideas out and merging them. So it can be difficult. It can be like, no, this can't work, but it eventually we come together and get something. So we can put the pen to paper.
Okay. It's funny that you mentioned my dad, because honestly, he's very, very passionate about his ideas.
Yeah.
And so I think ultimately though, from him can see that your work is really good and respect that work and respect that craft. There is room to, you know, sit down and think about, okay, maybe, you know, my way should be different. But I can imagine like even in just like just outside of my dad, outside of those who you work with in reggae, like dancehall is a genre that's full of a lot of ego. So I, you know, much respect to you and handling the different personalities coming in, the different egos coming in.
There's a
Um,
lot of ego, trust me. That's why I said that the reggae artists are more easier to work with because dancehall artists has a lot of ego. A lot. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
They can be late. I mean, not on time, don't want to wear, don't want to be styled. No, there's so many stuff, but there's ways we can work around it.
Yeah. For the greater good is the vision at the end, right?
Right.
It's the
And
vision and how it
most of
comes out.
them at the end, when they see the result, they're like, wow. Like,
You blow
wow.
them away.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, how have you been challenged to grow in this process? I know we started talking about, you know, dealing with other personalities, but like looking back, what are some of the ways uh that you've had to kind of reflect, let go, and improve in order to make all of this successful?
I mean, like, as I tell you, like, some artists are hard to work with. I mean, they're some of them are like not being on time. They just are, some of them just want something simple. They will link me and they ask me for my visuals. They want me to give them an idea and give them good visuals, but it's just not up to par with me. I mean, they just want something that's regular. They don't want to do something that can put their music out more and show the visuals so that people can like interact with it. So I mean, it's not everybody I want to work with or would work with, because not many are not many of them want to like, they just want to do regular stuff. I want to improve the visual and make the music match the visuals and stuff. So some who I've worked with, I may not work with again and stuff. So the challenges is always with timing and like clashing of ideas, and they want to do something that's not up to par with me. I don't think it's visually right for me to put out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those are one of the struggles. So I try to work with people who are like I have a bond with and can like, you know, take my visual ideas and don't have a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
That's what,
Open. People are open.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, how has this process challenged you personally?
I
Like,
mean, okay, explain
you
more.
know what that means? So, like, okay. So I know that in order to do certain things, I've had to work on my self-talk because there's sometimes a voice that's like, Dom, who do you think you are? Why do you think that you should be hosting a show? You don't have X, you don't have Y, you don't have Z. Um, you know, or if you know, okay, to give you an example,
Mm-hmm.
I released this podcast as an audio only project.
Mm-hmm.
And people were coming around like, you know, so video capture more attention. You should definitely do videos. And I was like, no. Let me. I don't want that. I don't want the camera in my face. I don't want like that's not my style. Like I'd rather just. I'm more comfortable with voice only. And I realized that okay, there is a point where I just want to grow. I want to like drop a message on socials, and I think having our faces or you know a visual of the conversation will help.
Mm-hmm.
I had to tap into myself and say, whatever insecurity you have with the video thing, it have to go. It's not going to work. That's one way I've grown personally, just in this process of podcasting.
Okay.
So for you, if you can think of an example, whether it's like your patience with working with someone who's more difficult to collab with, or if you could think of something that really stands out
Well,
that you had to work on.
I have a lot of patience. I mean, working with these artists, you have to have a lot of patience. A lot. As I say, and being humble. I mean, I'm very, very humble, and I'm like the person that believes in thinking good things will happen, and it will happen. Like I always think positive about stuff. All of my work I'm gonna shoot, and it's gonna come out great. And at one point in time, I was doing production, most of the stuff myself. I mean, doing screenwriting, doing set design, doing a lot of stuff myself. And one of the things I had to do was to get growth. I had to like set a standard where I have set designer, producer, a gaffer, grips, and everything to improve the production. And of course, getting more people requires a bigger budget. I had to get all these people to help the production, and it did. I mean, it improved it a lot because it gave me less stress, the stress about certain stuff.
Yeah.
I had a producer to do this. I had a PA to do this. I had grips, gaffers to light and do stuff. So that's an improvement, I would say, into the whole Xtreme Arts production.
Yeah. And I can imagine that, like, just being used to doing everything on your own, you know, you have to relinquish control.
At one point, yes. And there's, I mean, a lot of artists and even producers that produce music don't understand that. I mean, you being the director can't do everything. I mean, there's a production, even with movies, there's a production crew that does, one person does lighting, a person does production, producing. I mean, that's how it works, and that's how you get great visuals.
Yeah. No, I'm a strong believer in, you know, if you want to do it fast, do it yourself. But if you want to go far, do it with a team.
Exactly.
Do it with a team.
Exactly. And I have a team of producers, gaffers, lighters, grips, and trust me, I would encourage anybody that thinks they can do it by themselves. Maybe some projects, fine, but if you get a project and you see it has a lot to do with producing and like getting stuff and set design and everything, get a production.
Okay. That's really good to know that, like, you've really seen your thing grow exponentially through just bringing more people on despite the budgets, you know, having to requiring more money, which is pressure, but, you know, seeing it come out. I mean, I wonder, I would love to like be behind the scenes just to see how much goes into your videos, because I can only imagine, like, from the angles to the lighting, like even the depth of the colors, right? Like I see all of that. Wow.
Because once we start shooting, we have set design, we have to set lighting. And if the lighting is bad, then it can go wrong. So lighting, sometimes it can be a rainy day, and sometimes it can be overcast, not sunny enough and everything. So there's a lot of challenges in that part. I mean, we have to try to fix it in post when you go in post-production and try to color, because that's a thing now, to color videos. A lot of Jamaican directors have problem coloring their videos. But I mean, there's always...
What do you mean by that, coloring the video?
Yeah, because all right, the cameras that we're using, they shoot in a format that when we're shooting the videos, they shoot on a log format that makes the image flat. So it's like
Mhm.
a washed out gray image. So
Yeah.
it's very flat. So when you shoot on that, you can put it in a program called Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve, and you
Mm-hmm.
can color that video to the tone that you want it to feel like. So
Mm-hmm.
if they're watching some videos, they have a warm tone,
Mm-hmm.
greenish tone, some any type of tone, some black and white or whatever. So in these software, we color the video, post-production, color them to the tone that we want the person watching it feel.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of directors or probably editors out here, they don't color their video, they just keep it natural, use natural tones. But I try to color the videos based on the tone of the visual. So if it's something sad, I try
Mm-hmm.
to put like, like blue, grayish kind of colors to match the tone. So it's not that loud. But if
Mm-hmm.
it's like a party song or a vibrant song or whatever, I try to put different colors and like colors mixed with our emotions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm thinking about the lighter video with Shensea and Taurus Riley. That
Uh,
one was pop of color everywhere, man. Like that was super bright.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, that makes sense because colors psychologically trigger mood in people.
it does. It does.
Yeah.
So the
So
tone of color it helps us a lot to like with the visuals to bring
mhm.
out our emotions and how we feel. Because each videos we watch, we get a feeling from it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the thing. Because when I'm editing, people say I take very long to edit, but I think that's one of my strong points with the production because I would spend a week on one project and watch it over and over and over and edit it. So basically, I would say probably like I'm a perfectionist on that part.
Mhm.
So
No,
I
I
edit
get
it
that. I
and
get that.
go through it properly and and based on the feeling on the shots, how it makes me feel, I try to put it out there. And if there's a
Mhm.
shot that's not working, I'm gonna take it out and try to find a shot that would
That
fit
works.
into this place and
Yeah.
bring home the feeling of the
Yeah.
video.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can relate to that. I can relate to that so much. It's this tiny obsession that makes you want to, capture the feeling and the dynamic thing that you can't really put into words is what I think is your secret sauce.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, I mean, you said it's your strong suit. If you've been doing this since you were 13,
Mhm.
man, like imagine the skills that you've been growing for years.
Yes. Yes. A lot of people
Years.
ask, a lot of the upcoming editors ask me like, how do I get my videos like this and how my edit is on point and how do I shoot this way? And I'm telling that it's just growth. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it took me a while and um I mean the person I was editing a couple of years ago is totally different from now. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
um, if you look at the videos before and now, you can see the growth, of
Mm-hmm.
course. So, I mean, there's a lot of passion I put into it. I mean, I put my all, I put everything into editing and shooting visuals, everything. So, I mean, I can say for them, they just have to put everything they can and like try to improve their craft and like try to do better each time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, we were just talking about, giving yourself the patience to grow because it does happen. It takes time. Usually, they say earn your stripes is not like the thing that our grandparents and great grandparents used to say that doesn't apply anymore. It's actually something that we experience today and should give ourselves time for because I feel like a lot of people are used to the how instantaneous things are, like even with the softwares that we have now and um how easy it is to jump into something, but that real extra secret special sauce that you get from doing something is from doing it over and over and messing up and finding your style and finding that voice.
lots
Yeah.
of trials and errors. I mean, there's a lot of softwares out there. I mean, I think we're in the area of age or time where you can just about do anything because there's YouTube and there's tutorials about so many things.
Oh yeah.
There's unboxing tutorials and how to do this, how not to do this, and everything. And I mean, things are getting cheap. Chinese are making a lot of things, replicating a lot of things. Yes, cameras are getting cheap. I mean,
Mhm.
the average person can just owns a camera and then just say, I want to get into videography or photography. I mean, that's how the world is right now. There's software to do it. Everybody has a laptop or a computer. So, I mean, it's great because back then, all these stuff cost a lot and it would be hard for us to like get into it. So
Mhm.
I wouldn't even bash it. I mean, it's great. I mean, I would say just anybody that's doing it should just, if you have a passion for it, just learn, educate yourself about the craft and like um don't just do it as a hobbyist thing. Do it as like a job, a career, and take and push yourself further. I mean,
Mhm.
once you have an interest, you will learn. And
Mhm.
being on YouTube and watching tutorials and all these things, you can learn from that. If I don't know something, that's where I go to too. So I just encourage you if you have a passion for like videography and everything and being a director, everything, gain some experience too and gain the knowledge of it all.
Mm.
Mhm.
And as you said, YouTube is free.
It's free, yeah.
YouTube is free also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody can go in there and like get anything you want. That even me, if I don't know how to do something, I'm like on it, like, how do you do this? And
And the thing is, like, usually it's that somebody else has already asked that question, and there's like a thread or a forum or a video or something, a page online with the answer to that thought.
I mean, I like the kids growing up today. I mean, they everyone. I think everyone should have a skill, like in something, like apart from having like going to school and like probably doing like a degree in business or whatever. I think everybody should have like something like a skill where they can like have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because honestly, I was supposed to be doing business. Like I was supposed to like graduate from business school, sitting in the office, you know.
But you are doing a business. What do you mean?
No. I mean, as in like in yeah, I'm doing a business, but I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
I could be in a office checking up numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be not bashing the people who does that who likes it, but I would. That's not for me,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, I know what you mean, because it's like you have that business acumen, you have the knowledge, but to pair it with something like a skill or a craft is another level of
Right.
being fulfilled with what you do with your
Yeah,
work.
it's basically doing what you love and having a job.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing when you love something, it's like you're not doing it. It's different. You love your job, you're doing something you love, the skill you love. It's like you're doing it and not feeling any struggles really. I don't know if you understand.
So yeah, I mean, okay, X. So tell me now, when somebody's stressing you out, there's a hard deadline coming up, this person not listening to your idea, it not stressing you?
Yes, that's stressing, but
Mm,
yeah, we overcome that stress, figure it out,
yeah.
everything.
I'm teasing because I know it's good stress. Like compared to stress where you never asked for this, it has nothing to do with what you love. Like that stress will disintegrate you
Yeah.
over time. This kind of stress, I think it build you up.
All right.
It's the stress that comes with the creative process and striving for more. So that it's not just something that you're making in your closet
All right.
or in your back room, but it's actually work you're putting out there. It's not easy to do that. So I mean, I get what you mean. I'm just pushing, I'm just poking you to see how you will describe it. Some people live for the weekends a lot. I'm in the 9 to 5 right now. So outside of my podcast, my painting and any of my creative projects, I also work for a tech company here.
Okay.
And so I'm experiencing it all, I feel like right now. And I feel like I'm gaining a lot of skills from both sides, but I also know the difference between like work stress and like stress at the company that I didn't start, that I don't own. I feel very closely tied to the mission, but it's not mine, for instance, versus the stress that comes with, oh crap, I just edited a video and it's gone, or I need to figure out how to make this visual feel more impactful because right now it's giving me flat vibes, like it's a different kind of stress.
True.
So yeah, I get you. So you're very calm, very humble, low key.
Yeah.
You're in an industry that is the very opposite of that.
Right.
Have you ever felt the need to change that aspect of yourself, or have you ever felt the pressure to be
like more out there?
More loud, more like personality wise?
No, I actually like being behind the scenes and not being loud and like out there a lot. I mean, I think people really like that. I mean, I know some people want to be seen and be everywhere and everything, but I like being behind the scenes and like being low key and I think people that I've worked with like my type of vibe and energy. That's why they are always drawn to me or always come back because of my energy and my vibe towards being patient and humble and low key. I mean,
yeah. And if you present yourself as that, right, and you don't have a mask on that's like, oh yeah, I'm hype, I'm this, I'm whatever, it means you don't have to worry about them being attracted to you for the wrong reasons. Like, they're attracted to you because of who you are, which is good.
Yeah, because I've been on set where like other directors are like more like outspoken and loud and stuff, and the crew members around them they don't like it, or they don't want to work with that person anymore. So I don't know. I guess my vibe and energy. I mean, people like it. People always say they like my vibe and energy, so I wouldn't change it. I would get more stuff out there in terms of like this is what I'm doing right now. Yes, I need to do more of that. That's not the problem.
Yes. And I'm glad I'm helping you with that.
Yeah.
Telling your story.